Hand clap to the master brothers and sisters. We are finally back for another reaction on this Mystelics Reacts. Shall big up all the Mystelics family, and of course the newcomers that they big up all yourself. Continue to see what's up with your boy on this here vibrations. I appreciate you guys. Of course, these are my thoughts and comments. What are yours? Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment box below as well. And of course, don't forget to click the thumbs up button, click the like button, brothers and sisters, to push this video further and further there. And of course, subscribe. Of course, subscribe. I'll have to put the thing down there so you guys can see. But definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification. Of course, inadvertently becoming part of the Mystelics. Inadvertently becoming part of the Mystelics family. Right there. I would appreciate you if you guys definitely do so. And without further ado, yes, I said it really fast. Let's get into the vibrations for the day. Of course, we saw this sentiment for which a number of you guys have no clue about. Right. Well, you're gonna be learning it here today. Of course, this individual is none other than Ibrahim Traore. Yes, brother. Traore. Traore. All right, here we go. Yes, brothers and sisters, and of course, he is Burkina Faso's president, brothers and sisters. And it was interesting that he tried to take his life. It's very interesting. An individual is trying his best to do what is best for his country. And apparently, the foreign individuals out there, I think they have tried 19 times. This is just the latest one right there. Burkina Faso uncovers foil coup linked to Ivory Coast terrorists, brothers and sisters, plotted for 2025. And of course, tensions has escalated in West Africa as Burkina Faso military government claims to have thwarted a major coup attempt, allegedly backed by, individuals based in the Ivory Coast. Of course, we know that's linked to the Western world right there. According to Security Minister, this person, Sana, the plot scheduled for April 16th. Was orchestrated by current and former soldiers collaborating with foreign-based conspirators. The alleged aim to launch a violent assault on the presidential palace and dismantle President Ibrahim Traore, brothers and sisters. Very interesting stuff. He's trying his best to do what is best for his country. He has decided, the foreigners are just there trying to steal and just take from us, just constantly taking. Taking. It's not the only but they just come to take. And they want us to believe that we do not have the fortitude and the mental capacity that of which they are able to do. Thus, we are not able to do. It's very interesting, brothers and sisters. But he has turned this around. By the way, one of his latest vibes from Ibrahim is that he actually created employment using peanuts. Peanuts, brothers and sisters. Cashew peanuts, whatever you want to call it, brothers and sisters. He's using peanuts and has created 20,000 jobs in just one factory. I remember SKERRIT. SKERRIT telling the Dominican populace and the individuals watching live, indicating that the reason why their Dominica, their little Dominica doesn't have factories is because of Dominica. And Traore is taking peanuts and employing 20,000 people, new jobs, 20,000 new jobs. As a result of that, this is just his latest vibrations right there. But of course, the Western world does not want this. They don't want this. France, especially France, and I don't know if the other country, but for sure, France is one of the individuals. Right now, we are even hearing that there are protests. There are protests going on in France to try to get President Traore removed in France. Can you imagine that? Because he's kicking out or has kicked out all the French people, the France people, and they are mad and vexed about it. They're saying all our money we were making and this kind of things that we cannot make it because we are no longer in Burkina Faso. And we need that money and we need to make that president go. The very president who is doing things for his people. He's doing things for his people. Education up to the university level is free. Healthcare is free, brothers and sisters. All of which are being handled by this very president right there. And they're trying their best. Western world is trying its best to see if they can take out this particular individual right there. I wish Dominica had a leader like this. Unfortunately, what we have, brothers and sisters, is just Coco Macacui. Alone we have in Dominica, brothers and sisters. There's something very interesting as I'm talking about these brothers and sisters. I saw this thing right there. And apparently this seems to be some sort of water plan. Big boost, of course, Lakia Joseph. I think Paybush constituency. A big boost for Paybush constituency. Progress is flowing with the Paybush the water system, the enhancement project, water enhancement project that they're doing right there. 60,000 gallons Gallon tank is under construction. Of course, that is a good thing when it comes onto the scenario right there. But it's very interesting, brothers and sisters. And don't get me wrong when I say this. But a lot of things that have been happening to the people, not for the people. The reason why I say to the people. For example, let me use the roads. For example, the roads in Dominica are definitely interesting. There are a lot of roads that need to be resurfaced, brothers and sisters, and all those kind of things there. What the government of Dominica tends to do, they tend to resurface the road and say, hey, look at what we do. We are doing our work. We are doing things for you. Yes. That's what they tell the people. Now, don't get me wrong. Doing roads is not a bad thing. The people already paying all sorts of fees and have to pay license and all kind of things for the roads. That is what they must do. But what the government is doing, when they do roads and things, they're having a big feast. A big feast and say, hey, look at what we do. We are working. No, brothers and sisters. These roads are being done to the people, not for them. Now, if you have to build roads and you want to build roads for the people, you have to look at the people's elevation. Now, if you want to build feeder roads for the individuals involved in agriculture, that will be doing something for the people, because you're enhancing the people's ability for them to be able to work and provide independently for themselves. Making roads is nice, brothers and sisters. Making public roads and those kind of things and patching them and so forth is great. Some of you like to just skip my videos and all you just listen. Watch the whole video, please. But doing things for people is different from doing things to people. You build the West Coast Road, that is nice. You do it to the people, so the people can drive, but not for the people, but they can actually elevate their standing. There's a lot of things that are happening in Dominica. Take, for example, Portsmouth. Now, the new BrBpTV apparently was supposed to be doing new things for the people. Ain't true? Ain't that true? All right. But apparently we see something being done, and we see a tennis or basketball court thing that has happened. Now, Portsmouth have a basketball court already, but apparently, I guess they make another one. But it more looks like a tennis court to me. From what I saw, it looks like a tennis court. Now, brothers and sisters, this is why I'm saying things are being done to the people, not for them. How many people will be going from playing tennis to Wimbledon, brothers and sisters? How many of, which of all you going to? Just forget work. They don't bring no jobs for the people, no elevation, just building things so that the people can look at and say, hey, look it. And then when they campaign it, they say, hey, look, we built a tennis court for you guys. Yay! A lot of things are happening to the people, not for them. Now, brothers and sisters, on the elevation of posse people, you think it's tennis court we need right now? Don't get me wrong, the tennis court is nice. All those who want to play tennis, woohoo, great for you. But is that helping the people? Not at all. Is the roads helping the people? Not at all. It's nice to have and drive on. Some of all you, even a car is boss you have to take. You know, is putting up lights in the cottage constituency good? Of course it is. How does it help the people? Absolutely nothing. We get to see lights in the night. That's it. How does it elevate the standing of the people? That is exactly what is happening in Dominica. A lot of things that are projects being done. We heard of the geothermal this and geothermal that, brothers and sisters. You know what? People will be getting money from that. If it becomes successful, you guys will be the consumers of it. You know that, don't you? We talk about geothermal and all those kind of things. That the people who have put in their monies and those kind of things into this thing, if it is successful, if ever, brothers and sisters, I think for the past, 10 years, 10, 15 years, we talk about geothermal and we don't see nothing much. But if it is successful, brothers and sisters, it is being done to the people, not for them. Now you might say, oh, the electricity bill will cut down, thus allowing people to save a little more. That is far-fetched, but let's say that is the case. How is that helping the people if the people are already getting less money because of all the fees that are being charged on them? I even hear now that they're trying to charge you. No, brothers and sisters, I understand. I said that in probably 2 reactions ago. I don't understand how on earth people have social security and have to go and be renewing social security. This same social security number you're going to have. How on earth does that make sense? You have to go and renew social security. How much, I don't know how much years or what. What is that? The same number, you still alive. You have to say, oh, you can. That's a money making thing that is being done to the people, not for them. You understand my sentiment right there? So when we look at this water foundation, yes, it's good, nice, water can come into the, but how does the people elevate? Is there any jobs being created that people get an increase in their salary so that can have living wages, brothers and sisters? That of which they can then be able to participate in the entrepreneurship world in Dominica. Because if you don't have the entrepreneurship capabilities, let me rephrase that. You might have the entrepreneurship capabilities, but you don't have the individuals to sustain this capability that the entrepreneurship world in Dominica will have. In other words, spending power. You don't have this thing. Brothers and sisters, I don't know if I end up there, but I end up there for a particular reason. Anyway, brothers and sisters, let's get back to the nitty-gritty of things. Obviously, we know the Prime Minister of Dominica is doing something, and he's trying his best to see how they can save CBI. Obviously, we know the sentiment with it, and we know Dominica is the main culprit when it comes down to handing over Dominica diplomatic passports as well as passports. Take me on record saying that. Diplomatic passports have caused our ambassadors who are foreigners, and these individuals are criminals in their countries, have obtained ambassadorships in Dominica. And also the Dominica passports. This has caused the world in itself to be very frightened as a result of what Dominica is doing. And apparently, according to this, the Prime Minister of Dominica is leading a delegation to the Caribbean Investment Summit 2025, taking place between April 22 and, of course, it's happening right now, and 226 in Antigua and Barbuda. The Caribbean Investment Summit is the region's premier forum on investments, migration, convenient political. Now, brothers and sisters, you can read this stuff for yourself. I just give my thoughts because some of all you just, all you like to hear my voice and stuff. Read it thing for yourself. I too like to read thing for all you. Stop it now. The whole point of this, brothers and sisters, is that CBI is in problems. And the reason CBI is in problems is because of SKERRIT. 100% SKERRIT fault. It have a if or but about it, brothers and sisters. This is why evidence will tell you no. No, no number of you guys will say, Mr. Little, how can I say such a thing? Oh, well, look at what United Kingdom has done. That's a clear example of this. United Kingdom remove visa-free access from Dominica and only Dominica. European Union came to Dominica to then expose to the Dominican people because the leadership was telling the Dominican people lies and indicated to us that only 25% of the CBI funds was revealed to the Dominican people, and the very scary will talk about transparency. Interesting. Very interesting stuff. 25% was revealed to the Dominican people. 75% was not revealed until European Union came down to Dominica and say, hey, all this. And of course, it make up almost 50% of the 5 countries. Dominica made up almost 50% of passport sales in all 5 countries that involve in CBI program. It is not a difficult thing when you're looking at objective reality. Brothers and sisters, I think somebody asked me, Mystelics, what is the truth? And I responded, truth is when the evidence is clear. Paraphrasing, of course. Truth is when the facts are presented and it cannot be denied. It cannot be rejected. That is truth. Objective reality, something people might have different perspectives. Based on the perception of objective reality, there are perspectives. But is the perspective rooted in any facts at all, or is just based on feelings? I think that is why we need to understand where we're going and how we can get there. First of all, sometimes we don't even know where we're going. But we know we want to get somewhere. Brothers and sisters, I wonder if people understand what I'm saying here. In Dominica, brothers and sisters, we always say we need to elevate and we're growing and something. Where are we going? Are the people getting more independent? Is there more money flowing into people's hands? Are there living wages or just salaries where people can barely survive? Now they might say, oh, we have certain people doing well in the business, in the industry. Yes. But when you have a limited amount of money instead of an unlimited amount of money due to the economy, the very economy that SKERRIT has intentionally created to keep the people down so that they can be loyal to them. And now that they have lost it, they know that they have lost the Dominican majority. This is why I always tell people, it doesn't make sense to be going house to people when you know you are in a burning building and the building is going down. That's why a lot of Laborites left Dominica. They vote in Labor, you know, but they want to escape, brothers and sisters. That comes back to the same thing I'm saying. They have no idea where we are going, much less to know what is the end goal. Because that is something else. So SKERRIT is leading this delegation because obviously he's the most passport seller, and obviously, you know, the rest of the world is against SKERRIT. Dominica might want to pretend like, oh, nothing happened. The Laborites, let me not say Dominica, the Laborites in Dominica might want to pretend, oh, nothing doing. Nothing doing indeed. We're talking about that very sentiment, brothers and sisters. On Matt played the St. Vincent Prime Minister's understanding, or his take, or his revelation, whatever you call it, brothers and sisters. He played his take on this whole CBI selling passport business. Now, America has something called a golden passport, which they have elevated now to $5 million. If you want, and not the passport you get, most likely is the green card. I need to step up my understanding of that right there, and then 5 years later. So they have a blockage part of it. Anyways, let's continue. Let's listen to what the St. Vincent Prime Minister has to say on Matt.
Statement there from the Prime Minister of St. Vincent as it relates to the passports. Let's listen to the Ralph Gonzalez.
I have warned this country about the dangers of selling our passports and selling our citizenship.
Well, no, not necessarily supposed to be a dangerous thing. I think when greed and the amount of money flowing and people seeing these things, it tends to burn their eyeballs. Their sockets just blaze up, brothers. Fire in their socket, not the Holy Ghost, you know. No. Blazing fire, greed, man. The zombie had them. So they just want to get the money, get, oh, we can get, and there's no accountability for it. This is why the very government themselves try to stop. May 25th, I think, is when the starting of it is going to begin. All right. The very government who claims that he's been accountable and transparent to the people tried to stop the very understanding of what has happened to the CBI funds. We'll get to Lennox in a moment. Talk to us, Ralph Gonzalez.
I don't want to go through all the arguments now because you know them. You're listening to me. I said I'm opposed to selling the passports and the citizenship in principle. I'm opposed on the grounds of practicality. I'm opposed on the grounds that it is not sustainable.
It is not. And it's very interesting talking about the practicality of Dominica and sustainability factor. Dominica, my goodness, is an agricultural nation. And for the very Prime Minister of a country to say, if not CBI, what else? And initially before that, brothers and sisters, Ian Douglas came and told the population, if not VAT, if not the people paying taxes, we have added an additional tax on the people called VAT. If not for this thing, what else? Can you imagine you sit on gold and you're wondering how can you make money and you're not thinking to unsell gold, brothers and sisters? We had green gold, we have clear gold water, we have blue, we have all sorts, brothers and sisters. We call ourselves 360. That has burned my skin, you know, literally, brothers and sisters. To say that we are the island that have 365 rivers, no other Caribbean island claims such a thing. To say they even have 310 or 400, to say there are more rivers than Dominica. No. But brothers and sisters, Dominica has far more water from outside than inside Dominica. Tell me I lie. Tell me I lie, somebody. Just chill. Antigua alone, I think we have 2 of Antigua water. 2 of them, brothers and sisters. I remember being a part of a meeting and they were dishing out water. Even St. Vincent water in Dominica. Trinidad and water, brothers and sisters, we have wholesale businesses in Dominica, and you think they take pride in the 365 rivers. You know what? No, they're not doing that. They're selling foreigners water at wholesale prices that is cheaper than the Dominica water in Dominica. Let me continue, brothers and sisters.
And that it is reckless.
No, there's a point. That he said.
Opposed to selling the passports and the citizenship in principle. I'm opposed on the grounds of practicality. I'm opposed on the grounds that it is not sustainable.
Well, I talk about it, so let's continue.
And that it is reckless to run your country's finances on selling passports.
Imagine St. Vincent has surpassed Dominica selling passports, black is white. And Dominica now is the poorest Caribbean island. Poorest island in the OECS. The poorest. We selling passports, St. Vincent not selling passport. We are St. Vincent water in Dominica. And St. Vincent is not the poorest. So apparently St. Vincent must be doing something good. How on earth we selling passports? And we are the last. We are the poorest. Dominica is the poorest in the entire OECS, brother. Not me that make, you can Google it yourself. Not me that make that up, you know. I posted the article some time back.
And citizenship. No. You see the Americans under President Trump saying that has to come to an end.
And you guess who that put in pressure on the European Union? Huh? Guess who put in pressure on the European Union after they agreed to the tariff situation? Only thing, brothers and sisters, I just follow the international community. And I see how it relates back to Dominica. Just like how the corruption scandal was happening outside there, and it linked back to Dominica. Everything that apparently is going wrong outside there, and something or somehow Dominica is being associated to it. The little Caribbean island. When people from overseas following corruption get linked back to Dominica, and the very CBI, and we're wondering why, and the very man that is in charge of the CBI for all the corruption that has been brought through the CBI is the one leading. All you following SKERRIT boy, are you good to it?
Yeah, Canada is the same thing. Britain, they start to say they're taking away. You have to apply for visa now from certain of those countries.
Dominica.
And the Europeans now have put it inside of their parliament.
They voted on it, eh? They have voted, brothers and sisters. They have voted to remove visa-free access to the Caribbean islands. But for some reason or the other, some people don't understand what I'm saying. When I say only Dominica will be, they might remove for everybody, but they'll reinstate it. And only Dominica will be left out. Remember, Dominica had visa-free to Canada. We had visa-free to Canada, Europe, European Union, and to Britain. Remember? We had all these things. All of this has been lost on the Dominica Labour Party. It has been lost on the Dominica Labour Party. We lost visa-free access in 2002. That's on the DLP. We lost UK. All you don't see the writing on the wall. Nothing. No, maybe. All right then.
Parliamentary committee in the European Union Parliament has already addressed that question. It's going through the parliamentary process.
41 to 10. 41 in favor of removing it. What do you think is going to happen? Huh?
It's just a matter of time.
And then Trump putting pressure on them to ensure that they make this thing happen, because they are looking at national security. Not just Trump, no, brothers and sisters. The very banks. When your own bank in Dominica don't want to give you loan on your own bank, but rather give foreigners, boy, that lets you know that Dominica is not a good paymaster. I mean, very LPOs, businesses have to be telling the government. I mean, one of the places we're supposed to trust in the government. The government comes at your business and wants to participate. You know, do business with you. And you have to be putting a message. No more LPOs from government. Pay up front. Pay up front. Because government taking a long time before they just pay. Hey.
I saw it coming. It took a little longer because they give them some time to clean up. But I know that the money is so sweet for everybody.
Greed.
they weren't going to do any cleanup.
Greed. They call that greed.
Because if they really, really clean up, there's not a lot of money.
When a prime minister can sit and tell his people, if not CBI, what else in a nation that flowing with agricultural beauty? And the funny thing now, brothers and sisters, Dominica in the next 5-10 years going to face drought. Guess how we had drought scare already in Dominica. The 365 rivers we're talking about there. We had drought scare already. And a little city writing on the wall. How often rainfall for the years so far, brothers and sisters? How often has rainfall fell? In March, I don't recall rainfall in Dominica at all. When rain hit my car the other day, I checked it. But we storm, man. And that was the last time I posted on WhatsApp. Those on my WhatsApp will see the video I talking about. Bare rainfall, brothers and sisters. That was one day. And then rainfall a little, here and there. Maybe rainfall in the night. I don't see it. Maybe that is when it falls in. But we're doing absolutely nothing to protect our rivers. Nothing at all. All Dominic doing is complain, hey lad, the rivers are gone down low, so we don't turn turbines and all those kind of things there. If all you really care, all you would have built dams. We have 365 rivers. Dominica's supposed to be paying what? $25 for water. That's it. Okay, let me not go too low. $50 for water, that's it. Flat rate. We're supposed to be paying $50 for electricity, flat rate, that's it. Because we have turbines and turning turbines and all those kind of things. How often turbines don't break down? How often? Exactly. But in Dominica, they just break down plenty because we have old turbines. But they're making plenty money. They could buy no other. You forget what the former CEO was saying? You forget what the former manager was saying, brothers and sisters? We can buy this stuff. We are not doing it. She get frustrated. She had to leave Dominica and now go Barbados to do the same thing she was doing in Dominica. Very interesting, brothers and sisters. Anyways, talking about the CBI situation, let's listen to none other than the legendary Lennox Linton right there.
Every time we raise the bread and butter issue of the more than $8 billion from the sale of Dominican passports.
That is not accounted for. 8 billion. You don't think we can take 1 billion to just make magic happen in Dominica, brothers and sisters? Scared of $8 billion. Okay, forget the 8 billion. Just bring down 1 billion and start setting up little things here and there. Organizing so that the people, remember earlier in the video, in the reaction, brothers and sisters, are talking about doing things for the people, not to the people. You can set up programs and those kind of things that can actually elevate the masses. Just like Cuba did for the doctors. They elevate their people. And Cuban doctors are the best in the world. I'm not saying you have to do the draconian measures that Cuba has done, but we can set up certain things when people looking to see what they can do. Hélas, they have a few classes here and there, and that's it. They come and make a little money. Okay, I make my money, and we go back to my 925. Brothers and sisters, in Dominica, we need to start looking to be able to do things for the people, not to them. And when I say for the people, elevating the people and the standing. Right now we are living in a world where AI is taking over. A lot of people have ChatGPT. But some of us use Greek SeatGeek. SeatGeek, the Chinese version of ChatGPT. That is the free one. Yes, China, America, in AI technology, brothers and sisters. Dominica was lackadaisical on technology. They don't teach much of these things. They teach us Excel and things. Nothing about well, when you reach college, you start doing programming and those kind of things there. In China, baby children doing programming. Now they're learning AI, but it's last week. They're learning AI, and we expect to compete in this further modernizing world. Anyways, let's listen to Lennox.
They're being diverted from the treasury to the private control of foreign agents and associates of the ruling Dominica Labour Party. We hear that there is no evidence of any missing money from the sale of over 50,000 passports in the last 8 years.
50,000 passports. 50,000 passports. at least at $100,000, bro.
We're told it's all just political propaganda and all the funds have been properly accounted for. We hear that the billions that could have paid off our debts, the billions that could have provided good paying jobs for people and ensure proper health care.
That is what I'm talking about. Providing proper health care is doing things for the people. How on earth we go into the hospital and know that there's a huge possibility of us dying? Ay, 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 ay. People are scared to go in the hospital even for dying ourselves. May her soul rest in peace. But from our understanding, she seemed to have been scared to go to the very hospital. The very hospital that she died in. Bruh.
We just spent on other things. Housing, health centers, a hospital, an international airport.
Them man building housing for people. The very housing that they cannot own and so they can pass down to their family to create some sort of generational wealth. The only set of people that are creating generational wealth is the Prime Minister, them and his colleagues. The Prime Minister, them and his colleagues. Them man building a bigger mansion than the 2 mansions that they were staying before. And then have the citizens of Dominica paying $64,000 a month on top of their salary, on top of the already bonus that they get in, which would equate, from my understanding as I listen to Lennox, about $120,000 a month that them people receiving. And Dominicans doesn't see that to say, hey, lass, we are being pimped. They're doing things to us, if they do anything at all. They're doing things to us, not for us. Yes, we need the water. In Pay Bush, we need the water, yes. But you still have to pay high bills for water. You still have to do these things. You don't have jobs to say, okay, I'm ready to pay the bill. You don't even have proper paying jobs to say, I'm ready to pay the bill for the water.
We hear about MMCE, Anthony Hayden, how good they are to the people of Dominica, and the ungratefulness of those who dare to criticize the blatant corruption.
And it's very interesting that Anthony Hayden would definitely say something like this. This is why it's alleged, brothers and sisters, that the very house SKERRIT is renting $64,000 to the people for was a gift given by Anthony Hayden. Allegedly.
That characterizes the collection, the custody, and the spending of our Citizenship by Investment CBI money. So breaking news. I am reliably informed that MSR Media has obtained the Bank of America records of MMC money transfers through the U.S. financial system in
corresponding banks. You think you want to know why SKERRIT tried to stop these things? Because they could have it's one thing when it's outside there and you don't know how money going from one down, but it passing through the corresponding banks. And as a result of passing through the corresponding banks and the transparency in the banks to avoid any sort of understanding or association in being involved in money laundering, the bank literally said that. The bank literally said that. SKERRIT himself admitted these things. That apparently is something they don't have ways to prove the monies that are coming through. This is why the corresponding banks are pulling out. But they will be able to trace the monies that has come through the corresponding banks to come to Dominica. And that is just the corresponding banks. Let me not.
Recent years. What's going on here? Evidence. Who received how much and for what? Which minister of government, public servant, lawyer, accountant is on the list? Or
we must find out who for that building. Do you remember the yellow and blue building? That SKERRIT want to pretend is not his. I don't know if it's his, you know. Allegedly. You remember? The monies had to come in somewhere to build that building. You know that, right? Okay. We will see.
Or in the CBI bomb CWO. This information about the hundreds of millions of dollars paid to various ruling party-approved beneficiaries is of greatest...
Is your trust now? Guess I didn't want Lennox today. Them man running things like it's a trust they have, we. The beneficiaries. What trust is that? Anyway, let me go back.
About the hundreds of millions of dollars paid to various ruling party-approved beneficiaries is of greatest public interest to the people of Dominica at this time.
The very Dominican people have no clue. Oh, this is why that case is so vital. Very, very vital indeed. May 25th.
And I am therefore calling on MSR Media to release to the people of Dominica the details of the MMCE CBI money transfers via Bank of America ASAP.
And I want it to where? Well, you know, I need the information so I can share it with you guys. This is why you guys need to subscribe. So when I drop in my videos, subscribe with the post notification bell so you'll get my videos when I drop them. And of course, listen to more videos of mine. If you missed what I did last time, that video will pop up sometime later on in the video somewhere on the screen. So you can definitely check it out. And those are Mystelics I didn't know about this. Shop your dirty ways. I put it out there. You chose not to watch it and come and ask me question when you see me.
As soon as possible.
ASAP.
Please and thanks.
Run that again.
ASAP.
Bring it back.
As soon. I am therefore calling on MSR Media. And I am therefore calling on MSR Media to release to the people of Dominica the details of the MMCE CBI money transfers via Bank of America ASAP.
ASAP.
As soon as possible.
ASAP.
Please and thanks.
Please and thanks. Anyways, guys, I stay too long on these vibrations already. You get all my antics and so forth. You might giggle here and there, but this is serious business. This is your future, you know. This is your future. Your future that the very prime minister you apparently, some of all you elected to do things for you. And then he coming on stage and telling, what about you? But what kind of audacity is that, boy? The people voting for you to do things for them. And instead you're doing things for yourself. And then you're asking the people who voted for you to put you in position. You asking them, what about you guys? Hey, this is not real, bro. Anyways, guys, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. These are my thoughts. What are yours? And hopefully I'll get, when I get the information, but how do you know I roll already? I'm afraid nobody else information had to come out. So I want that information too. All right. And then, brothers and sisters, if you understand this video, you enjoy my concise, please click the thumbs up button, click the like button for me, please, brothers and sisters. Of course, you will get to do that in the bottom. And they are pushing these videos further and further. And of course, if you want to get more vibrations, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations when I definitely post and publish them right there. With us today, right there, brothers and sisters, be real, salute the king always. Be positive.